Hello game fans and welcome to another interview from Gaming Debugged. Now back in 2018 I was lucky enough to interview Jasmine Kanuga. She is a qualified game designer, professional esports admin and an up and coming Twitch streamer. The footage was lost, but now it's found. So I give you the complete interview.
And the first question, obviously I think a lot of people want to ask is, what is an esports admin?
So an esports admin is usually a team of people that sort of come together to make tournaments run the way they do. So it all starts from the scheduling and seeding stage of it, which involves knowing the teams that are playing, knowing the players, and sort of gauging how good everybody is. So seeding is usually done by basically predicting who the best teams are, and you rank them from 1, 2, 3, and that sort of keeps going.
Yeah.
And based on that is how they're put into the bracket and which opponents they'll end up facing. So let's say you're the best team at a tournament, you would be playing against the essentially worst team at a tournament. And the reason why we do it like that is so that you kind of avoid the clash of the two very best teams meeting each other in the very first round of a tournament. So it makes for better viewership and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I started off volunteering at Insomnia, and in my application for volunteering, it sort of asked me which games would you like to volunteer adminning? And I put down either CSGO or League of Legends because they were the two games that I was really passionate about. And I was put on Rocket League, which I knew absolutely nothing about. I didn't even own the game. So for me, I started panicking, quickly bought the game, tried to learn as much as I could about it, and then sort of went to LAN. And obviously I had more experienced people sort of talk me through it and show me everything to do with running it. And then it was from there that I was then taken on for volunteering at other events, but this time for CSGO. And then, I just kind of kept volunteering for about a year for various tournament organisers, because each tournament organiser would either be recommended me or they would see work that I had done previously. And they would ask me, would you be interested in coming and doing this event? So I'd say yeah. After about a year, Insomnia offered me the position as tournament manager for CSGO. Now I do all sorts of events. I do Insomnia, UK Masters, ESL, DreamHack, Epic LAN, Blast Pro Series. I feel like it does, definitely. For me, even when I'm not meaning to, if a new map comes out in CSGO or something like that, I'm constantly analysing it and being I wonder what aspects of level design they've incorporated into this. I'm constantly thinking about the level design side of it and how long it must have taken to plan it out and how different features could be improved and stuff like that. So I feel I'm constantly thinking about esports when I see other games, and I'm constantly thinking of level design when I see esports.
A little bit about them.
Yeah, so for my final project, my main focus was on level design and how the design of different elements within a game environment can lead the decisions that players make. So my reason for focusing on this was mainly because I felt a lot of games nowadays rely heavily on either quests or you have a map to tell you where to go, or so-and-so gives you a quest, go down this route and this, that and the other. And I just felt that kind of takes away from the whole actual challenge of the game. It kind of limits players to this is what you need to do, follow this path, and players do it. There's no sense of exploration as much anymore, at least that's what I felt. So I researched the level design of it, and I made my own game level. It wasn't really a game, like you said, it was an experiment. So I designed a level, and I bought some eye tracking, and I spent a very long time incorporating different elements of level design. So different lighting, different sounds, different width of paths, colours throughout an environment.
And how people react to those variations.
Yeah. So for me, it was not only so I spent ages designing it as well as coding it, so that when people play it through, they didn't know that whichever path that they took would lead to the same place. It didn't matter which way they went. But my reason for incorporating eye tracking was so that, you know, I could back up the evidence that I had, like so-and-so went down this path, not just because, just for the sake of it, but because using the eye tracking, I can see that they looked at this path for however many seconds compared to the other path, which is way less. So using that, I sort of looked at different elements in level design, which ones were more influential than others and why, and hopefully like now when it comes to designing my own levels, I'll be able to like reflect back on those results and be like, well, I know that players will be more likely to go down this route, and it sort of gets rid of like the need to, you know, give them a quest, go down this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like applying what I've done in esports already would definitely be really useful in that case. But also the fact that I like doing 3D modelling and like doing environment modelling. Not only that though, I've looked into the level design of it, so now I know I can apply esports, modelling my 3D assets and understanding different theories and why certain level designs work better than others. But yeah, definitely think. I would say volunteering is definitely a very big thing. Not only does it like show that you're really passionate about it, but it's also like a good opportunity for you to sort of network and figure out what it is exactly that you enjoy. Like for me, being thrown in the deep end essentially and being put on a game that I had no idea about, it sort of like pushed me even further out of my comfort zone. Like going to LAN in the first place was out of my comfort zone, but I was on a game that I didn't understand. But yeah, I would say volunteering is definitely a big thing. I would say network as much as you can. Even if you go to a LAN event, not to volunteer, if you go to just attend it with your friends.
Talk to people.
Yeah, speak to people. Like, don't be afraid to come and speak to the admins or any developers you see around, stuff like that. Don't be afraid to speak to people. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, I'm a really nervous person, so like, before my talk, I was terrified, and I've always been really afraid of streaming in general. Not only that, but like using a face cam. Like the thought of it terrified me because, you know, it's Twitch, it's a scary place. But I'm the sort of person I like pushing myself out of my comfort zone and sort of learning more and like having more experiences. So yeah, I've like, even when I'm not comfortable using my face cam, even though I used my face cam for the first time on the day of my graduation because I was like, I'm so happy, let's play some games. But even when I'm not comfortable using my webcam, I use my eye tracking with my stream. So I've incorporated that into my stream so that, you know, people can see where I'm looking and stuff like that. So it just adds another like niche to your stream. I don't think that would happen. I just don't think like I'm good enough to compete in an esport. I would love to. I feel like if I dedicated enough time to playing esports, maybe, because we have a female CSGO scene as well. So we have female teams that compete in female tournaments and stuff like that. It is definitely something I would love to do, but I feel like when it comes to events and stuff, if I was to sort of say, you know, I'm going to play professionally and I'm going to practice and I'm going to dedicate this amount of time, tournament organisers would kind of consider you more valuable as an admin because, you know, you already know your stuff and everything like that than they would as, you know, for example, someone to just like cover the event and stuff like that. I would say definitely engage with your audience a lot. If you see people are like requesting certain things of your game, respond to them, and like if you're not going to implement it, at least let them know why. I feel like that's a very big part of it. I know we have a lot of people in CSGO especially, they're like waiting for new operation mission things to come out, but they've been waiting for ages and everybody's like, when's it going to come out, when's it going to come out, it's been so long. But they've had no response, no like feedback or anything like that. I feel like also if people point out bugs or anything like that, something that's considered an unfair advantage, you need to be adamant in either saying, yes, this is allowed as a part of the tournament, or no, it's not. And if it's not, you either need to have really good admins that are keeping an eye out for it, or you need to fix it as soon as possible before you consider making it an esport.
Right, okay, that's it.
You time travel back to your 18-year-old self for 2 minutes. What advice do you give your younger self?
Speak to more people. Don't be so afraid, because I know, like I said, I'm a very nervous person as it is, but I feel like if I from the get-go was just like, you know what, I'm going to be confident, that's that, I feel like that would just stick. So I would say definitely, like, be very confident in yourself and socialise with people, and don't be afraid to speak to them.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's a great way to end the video. But so if people want to find you on Twitch, what's your handle?
It's VERACITYY_. So that's Veracity. That's my Twitter as well.
Nice, excellent, thank you. So if this video has been useful, then please give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments below, and we'll be back with another video very soon.
Finish him! Finish him!